Right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route, and the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Atlanta.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first and goal, Gurley. And the Falcons are going to have a first and goal. It's some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this side.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
First and 10. At their own 34-yard.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football. High percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
46-yard line.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter if he needs to make those plays when the lanes go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Only a yard that time. Second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. On the ground, McCaffrey. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal. McCaffrey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
And now here in this situation, a field goal would still have them only up by 1 score, so I would think about going for it. Even if you don't get in, you put your defense.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes this a 9-point game.
Joey Slye to kick off for Carolina.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Ryan. A slant to Jones. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play action. Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Trey Boston. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
To kick off for Carolina.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this out to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to play.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. And that is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
That's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 38 yards.